Good morning, Navya, Sakshi, and Arti. Can anyone please text me whether I am audible clearly so that I can start giving you some instructions, and by the time some more students will get connected. So please do inform me with the text if I am audible to you clearly. Good morning, Sanuvar. Kindly text quickly. Okay, thank you, Sakshi. So I am audible clearly and loudly, I suppose. Okay, thank you, Sakshi and Navya. Dear students, let me tell you, I have already made folders in your name. Folders of those students who have already submitted me one or two PDF previously inside class work submission folder of my website. So for them I have already made the folder in your respective names. So inside that folder you please update in PDF file the status of notebook completion. Okay. And for the rest of the students I have already authorized you to create folder in your name. Okay. Earlier this feature was disabled on my website, so now I've made it enabled for all of you. Those who haven't submitted their lesson completion status in the form of PDF file, they can create their own folder, create the folder in their names, and then inside that folder please do submit the lesson notes in PDF file. And for Sakshi, Navya, Rudraksh, Anish, those who have already submitted one or two files of PDF files of lesson notes, for them I have already made the folder. Okay, so inside your folder whatever homework or assignment I give you, you kindly submit there only, so that it will be easier for me to give you grades on the basis of that, because you never know when is the school opening, so we've got to rely this time heavily on the internal assessment. So therefore you please submit on time notebook completion work, then whatever ASL work I shall give you. So all these things you please submit inside the classroom folder and inside your name folder. Okay, so inside your name, so that I'm able to find out quickly. Okay, so thank you, Kanchan. Good morning Kanchan, and rest of you who have already come live. Thank you so much for being punctual. But I'm waiting for some more to join us actually. Okay, so dear students, some of the lessons I'm yet to update on website. Okay, but if you have any backlog lessons, like the lessons of which you haven't written the answers on your notebook, please do complete them. Okay, so that I come to know that you have completed and uploaded, of course, later on inside the class folder, inside your name folder. Rest of you, I hope you are updated. Navya, Sakshi, I hope both of you are updated with your lesson notes, and rest of you I request all of you to kindly update your lesson notes. Okay, the notes are available on my website, and those chapters which are not available, for example shoot wizard, hit mummy is not available, and then the previous lesson also is not available, might be. So I shall certainly update those lessons very shortly. But those lessons which are available and you haven't written down, please do write them down on your notebook. And for every lesson, as I have been telling you frequently, for every lesson you please do make one single PDF file. Okay, don't club 2-3 lessons in a single PDF file. Okay, in that case assessment will be difficult for me. Okay, so you take 4 to 5 pages pics of your of a particular lesson, and combine these 4 to 5 pics, select these 4 to 5 pics and convert these pics into a PDF file. and I have already shared with you the name of the app with the help of which you can convert all your JPG images into a single PDF file, okay, which is Microsoft Lancer. Okay, from the Play Store, you can download Microsoft Lancer. This is a very good app. You can for other subjects also you can use. Okay, Anushka Gadge, good morning. So for other subjects also you can use. Whenever your teacher will ask you to send the images, you can make use of Microsoft Lancer, because it reduces the size of the peak. So what you do is that after you download Microsoft Lancer, open the Microsoft Lancer app, and with the help of the default camera of this app, you take the peak, so that your size of your peak is small. Okay, because if you take the peak from your default camera, in that case the size will be minimum 5 MB. Understood? So it will take time to upload on my website. Okay, therefore what you do is open Microsoft Lancer, and from the camera of the Microsoft Lancer you take the peak, crop it if you think it's required, and then you save it in the form of PDF. You see on the right hand side there will be a check box, okay, for JPG image and for PDF also. So check both the options. Both the PDF also you check in Microsoft Lancer, and JPG also you check, and then you can send it from the Lancer itself. Okay, from the Lancer app itself you can send me directly on my website. Okay, because there is a share option available, send option available. So you can do in this manner. Otherwise what you have to do is you have to first open my website, open the homework submission folder, your class folder, then your name folder, and then you click on the file upload button on the top right hand side of my website. You will find, and click there and then attach the files wherever you have saved it. You can make a separate folder in your mobile, and from there you can directly attach. Okay, you can make a folder class 12 English, and then inside this folder in your mobile phone, what you do, inside class 12 folder you make separate folder for different lesson notes. Okay, and whenever you got to upload it, you just go to that particular folder and then attach these files and upload directly to my website. Okay, Priyanshu, good morning. So please don't be late, Priyanshu, already late by a couple of minutes. Be on time so that I'm waiting for you people to be online so that I can start. Okay, so Priyanshu, I haven't got any evidence of your notebook's completion status so far. So what you can do is you download Microsoft Lancer. I have already texted you. You see, you download Microsoft Lancer, and you with the help of the default camera inside Microsoft Lancer, you take JPG images of your lesson notes, convert them into a PDF file with the help of this Microsoft Lancer, keep it somewhere in a separate folder in your mobile, and go to my website, go inside the class homework submission folder, inside your class folder, inside your name, make a folder in your name on my website, and inside that folder you attach whatever PDF you have made of the lesson notes, and then upload it. Okay, because it's important for me to know whether you are writing on a regular basis or not, because you don't keep the notebook work pending. Otherwise what will happen, so many chapters you can't write together. Okay, so at least 2 chapters in a week you must complete, and if you are yet to begin, in that case you need to complete at least 3 chapters a week. And if you are already up to date, then it doesn't matter, at least 1 chapter or 2 chapters you can upload on a weekly basis. So at least 2 chapters you make, and if you are lagging behind, in that case you've got to update comes from 3 to 4 chapters per week. So Priyanshu, please do it the way I told you, so that I have a record of your notebook submission status. Because we've got to give some marks also, it seems, because we never know when we are going to resume our normal classes. So we've got to depend heavily on the online assessment and online classes. So I'm going to give you very shortly some ASL task. Okay, so you please be up to date with the task and upload it on my website on a regular basis. Okay, so dear students, let me begin. So today we are going to wrap up this lesson. We are going to end this lesson. Okay. So we are left with just a couple of paragraphs. After that, we will discuss about the critical issues being highlighted in this lesson. So, dear students, so far we have studied that Jack is in the habit of telling bedtime stories to his daughter Jo. Okay, and the the character of the current story is Roger Skunk. Okay, so Roger Skunk has a very awful smell for which no children, mingle with him and play with him. Therefore, Roger Skunk has gone to a wizard, and wizard has changed the awful smell of Roger Skunk into a smell of rose. Okay, therefore, Roger Skunk has started smelling very pleasant, as a result of which he is getting a lot of friends also who come forward to play with him. But at home his mom has become very angry. Okay, why has Roger Skunk's mom become angry? Because she thinks that it is her inherent character trait. This awful smell is something which is very natural to the skunk family. Therefore, Roger Skunk cannot change or Roger Skunk cannot ask the wizard to change the default smell. Okay. Otherwise, according to the mother of Roger Skunk, the smell of rose is something artificial which he cannot tolerate. Therefore, she became angry with the wizard, and now she is planning to go to the wizard and react very angrily. So let's find out how she reacts on meeting the wizard. Okay, so this is where we stopped in the last class. I'll go a bit. I'll rewind some of the lines so that you get the link. Okay, so I'm starting from this page, dear students. Jo was starting to fast with her hands and look out of the window at the crack of day that showed under the shade. She thought the story was all over. Jack. Okay, so Jo, being a growing girl, of around 4 years, and she has become a bit matured in comparison to previous years. Therefore, she has started questioning her father regarding certain developments in the story. At certain point of time, whenever she is not agreeing with the narrative in the story, she is asking her father, why is it so? Why not this way or that way? So this is what Jack doesn't like, because Jack wanted to assert over his daughter. Jack was not open to any kind of questions from his daughter. Okay, Jack is telling the story from his own perspective. Jack has not come down to the level of a child when narrating the story to her. Jack is very traditional in his outlook. Okay, whereas his daughter is a modern, represents the modern children, who is very much liberal and who is very much friendly and who loves to question. Okay, the authority also. Loves to question the authority of our parents. Okay, therefore there is a mismatch in the opinion between Jack and Jo several times in the course of the story. So whenever Jack says something which Jo doesn't agree, she tends to react in a different manner. Okay, and so you can see she's also reacting here by moving all her hands and feet and all that. Okay. But Jack did not like women when they took anything for granted. Okay, his daughter, he doesn't want his daughter to simply, protest against what he is saying. Okay, and he wants his daughter to accept everything whatever he is saying. That is why he occasionally gets angry and questions her. Okay, angrily. Sometimes. He reacts violently also. Okay, very angrily also. He liked them apprehensive hanging on his words. Now, Jo, are you listening? So now he's asking, Jo, are you listening? Because she has become a bit distracted here in these lines. Okay, therefore he's asking, are you listening? And you have also found the perspective of Jack. Okay, Jack does not want complete independence of women. Okay, Jack doesn't like that a woman should take him for granted. Okay, for whatever reason might be. Okay, he might have prejudice against women, or might be he his father was also very assertive to his mother. So there could be many reasons we will discuss later on. Okay, let's finish the plot first. Okay, now then Jack replies, because this is very interesting. Roger Skunk's mummy said, what's that awful smell? And whenever Roger Skunk went home that day, his mummy became very angry and said, what's that awful smell? What? And Roger Skunk said, it's me, mummy, I smell like roses. And she said, who made you smell like that? And he said, the wizard. And she said, well, of all the Nar. She became angry and said very excitingly, okay, you come with me and we are going right back to that very awful wizard. You come with me and we shall go to that awful wizard immediately. I want to teach him a lesson. Because Roger Skunk's mom became very, very angry with the wizard, because he has changed the default smell of Roger Skunk, which he is not supposed to, according to the opinion of Roger Skunk's mother. Okay, so dear students, please stay connected. Okay, so Jo sat up, her hands dabbling in the air with genuine fright. Okay, because Jo, dear students, you might be knowing Jo is the daughter of Jack, and Jo is sympathizing with Roger Skunk, because whenever Roger Skunk got his smell changed, Jo became very happy. Why? Because now Jo thinks that other children will also play with Roger Skunk, because now that he smells like roses, so other friends will also come up and play with Roger Skunk. Therefore, Jo was very happy. But now that Roger Skunk's mom has become angry, so that reaction on the part of Roger Skunk can also be seen in the expression of Jo here, because Jo has already empathized with Roger Skunk. Jo already supports Roger Skunk. Whatever Roger Skunk is doing is something what Jo supports wholeheartedly. Therefore, Jo has also started showing a different kind of reaction whenever her father was telling about the fact that Roger Skunk's mom became angry and she's going to question the wizard, visit the house of the wizard and question him. So it can be reflected in the reaction of Jo here. Okay, Jo set up her hands dabbling in the air with genuine fright. But Daddy, then he said about the other little animals run away. But other little animals run away from, she's asking her father. But other little animals run away from Roger Skunk. Then what's wrong if Roger Skunk has changed the awful smell into a smell of a rose? Her hands skittered off into the underbrush. Her hands skittered off into the underbrush. Dear students, the meaning of underbrush is shrubs and small trees. Okay, so she is showing her reaction in the form of moving her hands and legs, all these. Okay, all right, she said, but mummy, all the other little animals run away. And she said, I don't care. And this is the narrative of, this is the sentence of now Roger Skunk. Okay, Roger Skunk first said, all right, and then he said, but mummy, all the other little animals run away. All the other little animals run away. So, dear students, there might be some sound distraction. Let me close the window and come back to you. Please stay connected. Okay. All right, he said, but mummy, all the other little animals run away. And she said, I don't care. You smell the way a little skunk should have, and I'm going to take you right back to that wizard. See the reaction of his mom. His mom became very angry with the wizard and said, no, I want you to smell the way you smell. I don't want you to smell differently. Therefore, she has become very angry and she wants to visit the wizard. And she took an umbrella and went back with Roger's skunk and hit that wizard right over the head. She has hit that wizard right over the head. Next, let us see. No, Joe said, and put her hand out to touch his lips. So whenever Roger Skunk's mom, said something angrily about about the wizard, not only Roger Skunk, but Joe is also reacting in a different manner. Okay, so by listening to the story, Joe is saying no. Even Joe does not want Roger Skunk's mom to hit the wizard. No, Joe said, and put her hand out to touch his lips. Yet even in her agitation, did not quite dare to stop the source of truth. Okay, it means she almost extended her hand to stop her father from proceeding with the story, because she doesn't like the fact that Roger Skunk's mom would go to visit the wizard and hit him on the head. So therefore she almost stopped her father, but of course she did not stop her father because she doesn't dare to do that. Okay. So you can see, dear students, the reaction on the part of Joe, whenever she was listening to the anything that goes against Roger Skunk, she is protesting, she is revolting, she is reacting in a very negative manner, angry manner. Okay, so it means that Joe sympathizes with Roger Skunk. Joe is always there with Roger Skunk. Okay. Therefore, she went almost to the extent of stopping her father from, narrating further, but she could not do that. And then inspiration came to her. She became inspired, and now she started narrating the story to her father. See, then the wizard hit her on the head and did not change that little skunk back. So when inspiration of narration came to Joe, then Joe started telling her father, 2 lines, what would happen as a result of Roger Skunk's mother hitting the wizard. So how will the wizard react when Roger Skunk's mother would hit him on the head? Instead of Jack, it is Joe who is coming up with this conclusion. She's saying, then this is the statement of Joe, dear student. Then the wizard hit her on the head and did not change that little skunk back. Okay, so this is the version, this is the narration of Joe, which her father Jack will not accept. See, now let's see what Jack says. Jack says no. Jack says no. This is not the way the wizard is supposed to do. Wizard is not supposed to hit back Roger Skunk's mommy. The wizard said, okay. The wizard this is the dialogue of Jack, dear students. Okay, Joe said only these 2 lines. Only these 2 lines. 2 lines. Okay. Now her father interrupts Joe, saying that no, this is not the way the story will end. The wizard will say okay to Roger Skunk's mom, and Roger Skunk did not smell of roses anymore. So when wizard agreed to Roger Skunk's mom, he again changed back the smell, and Roger Skunk now smells like before. Okay, so he smelled very bad again. Okay, but the other little Amun, okay, then Joe started again reacting in a different manner. What will happen about other creatures? They will not come to play with Roger. Then Joan is the other name of Joe. Okay, it's daddy's story, it's not your story, it's daddy's story. Shall daddy not tell you any more stories? Her broad means Jack reacted very violently. Okay, he said, no, you listen to whatever I am telling you. Her broad face looked at him through shifted light, astounded, because it said daytime. Okay, Jack is narrating the story to his daughter during the daytime. Therefore, light was sifting through. Actually, light was coming inside his room. This is what happened inside the room. This is what happened. Then Roger Skunk and his mummy went home, and they heard ooh, and it was the choo-choo train bringing Daddy Skunk home from Boston. This is the unnecessary, unimportant part of the narration. Okay, we should not focus on that much. And they had lima beans, celery, liver, mashed potatoes. All these are the names like lima beans, dear students. Lima beans is given here. An edible flat whitish bean is called lima beans. Then celery is a plant like this. Okay, so they had, because Roger Skunk's father brought from Boston something, and they had in their breakfast all this stuff. These are all edible stuff. Okay, lima beans, celery, liver, mashed potatoes, pie oh my for dessert. Okay, pie oh my they had on for dessert. And when Roger Skunk was in bed, Mommy Skunk came up and hugged him and said he smelled like her little baby skunk again, and she loved him very much. And that's the end of the story. Okay, so this is how Jack ends the story of Roger Skunk, okay, by showing a family reunion, okay, with her father beside her, with her mom beside her. Mom became absolutely happy because Roger Skunk was smelling like before, okay, like little baby skunk again, she is saying, and she loved him very much. But Daddy, again question, because she is not convinced, Joe is not convinced at the end of the story, at the ending of the story. Therefore, Jack is again questioning, but Daddy, Daddy became very angry. He said, what? Then did the other little animals run away? No, because eventually they got used to the way he was and did not mind it at all. He said, no, other little animals did not run away from him, because eventually means finally they all got used to the smell of Roger Skunk. What's eventually means? When Jack said eventually, she did not understand the meaning of eventually. Okay, because she is a small girl, and this vocabulary, this word is something which is beyond her comprehension. Therefore, she was asking, Father, what is eventually means eventually? Then Jack said, in a little while. That was a stupid mummy. Okay, Joe reacts again negatively, saying that was a stupid mummy because she had hit the wizard, and she insisted that Roger Skunk's pleasant smell be changed to his original smell. That is why Joe said that was a stupid mummy. It was not, he said with rare emphasis, and believed from her expression that she realized he was defending his own mother to her, or something as odd. Okay, so it was not, because see here the autobiographical element has been reflected. Yes, students, this line, he was, I'm not able to highlight it properly because of some software issue. You see, I'm not able to mark it properly. This particular line you can underline with pencil. He was defending his own mother to her. It means that Jack was brought up in a very conventional, in a very traditional and very conservative manner. Okay, Jack's mom was very much authoritative. Jack was raised or brought up in a very strict and disciplined manner, okay, where Jack was not supposed to question the authority of his mom. Same thing Jack wants to impose on his daughter. Okay, that is why Jack was not successful in telling this story, okay, much to the satisfaction of his daughter, because Jack wanted to impose his own assertion, impose his own opinion to Joe, and wanted her to believe what he said. Okay, then he was defending his own mother Okay, he was defending his own mother to her. It means that as Jack was very much possessive about his mother in his childhood, therefore he thinks that even Rajas Khan's mother was also equally right in thinking that Rajas Khan's original smell should be restored and replaced by the smell of the rose. Therefore, Jack defends Rajas Khan's mom, and by defending Rajas Khan's mom, Jack is indirectly defending his own mom as well. That is what has been hinted at here. So, some tinge of autobiographical element can be found here in Jack's narration of the story at this particular point, when the narrator, the writer, has given us the hint in the form of Joe did not realize that he was defending his own mother to her, or something as odd. Now I want you to put your big heavy head in the pillow and have a good long nap. This is what Jack instructs his daughter. He adjusted the shade so not even a crack of day showed. He adjusted the shade, window shade, like the screen or window fold, in such a manner that now no light is seeping through, okay, or coming inside. He adjusted the shade, okay, and tiptoed to the door, okay. He was going out of the door in the pretense that she was already asleep, but she was not asleep. But when he turned, she was crouching on top of the covers and staring at him. Hey, get under the covers and fall fast asleep. Bobby is asleep. Bobby is the younger one, brother of Joe. Bobby is already asleep. She stood up and bounced gingerly on the springs of the bed. Okay, springs of the bed. It's a mattress, like a cushioned mattress. So she was jumping on the springs of the mat. Daddy, what? Tomorrow I want you to tell me the story that the wizard took that magic wand and hit that mummy, okay? Her plump arms chopped forcefully right over the head. So while she said, Dad, when tomorrow you are going to tell me the story, I want you to tell me the story. I want you to end the story in this manner. The wizard took up the stick and hit mummy on the head. This is how Joe wants the story to end, okay? No, her father reacted, no, that's not the story. The point is that the little skunk loved his mummy more than he loved all other little animals, and she knew what was right. See, she knew what was right. Another sentence which suggests that Jack was also defending his mom, okay? Because in his childhood he was very much possessive about his mom. Therefore, Jack in his narration wanted to give some moral values to his daughter by defending the activity, by defending the work of Rajas Khan's mom. Okay, so while Jack is defending the action of Rajas Khan's mother, indirectly he is also defending his own mother. That is why again we get the hint. He is saying she knew what was right, okay, and he is telling his daughter Rajas Khan is to love his mother more than any other creature, more than any other animals, more than any of his friends. So as he loved his mother more than anyone else, therefore he obliged the wishes of his mother, and she was because she was right, because his mom was right. As he loved his mom, therefore he obliged the action of his mom also, and indirectly Joe is also defending, by defending Rajas Khan's mom, he is also defending his own mom, because he himself, Jack himself in his childhood was very much possessive of his mother. Understood? So this is how indirectly Jack is also conveying a moral lesson to his daughter, that you should oblige your parents. You should not revolt against your parents. It is bad manner to revolt against your parents So this particular lesson also Jack wanted to convey to his daughter. Therefore, he is repeatedly saying that whatever Roger Skung's mom has done for Roger Skung is absolutely good for Roger Skung, because Roger Skung, and Roger Skung has also obliged his mom because he loves her more than anyone else on earth. Then Joe again was not listening to her father. She said, no, tomorrow you say he hit that mommy, do it. She kicked her legs up and sat down on the bed with a great heave and complaint of springs, as she had done hundreds of times before, except that this time she did not laugh. Say it, Daddy, okay? Say the way I want the story to end tomorrow, Daddy. Say the way I want the story to end tomorrow, Daddy. Well, we'll see. Then her father said, we'll see. Now at least have a rest, stay on the bed, you are a good girl. And this is how somehow Jack tried to silence her, his daughter. He closed the door and went downstairs. Claire had spread the newspapers and opened the paint can. Dear students, Claire is his wife. Okay, so he closed the door and went downstairs. Claire had spread the newspapers and opened the paint can, and wearing an old shirt of his on top of her maternity smock, was stroking the chair rail with a dipped brush. Okay, so downstairs when Jack went, he could see that his wife, who was 6 months pregnant, was painting the railing. Okay, downstairs. Okay, she wanted Jack to help, of course, but we'll come to know about this. Okay, now above him means above Jack, footsteps vibrated and he called, John, shall I come up there and spank you? Spank means beat you with a stick. The footsteps hesitated and then she did not come out, but she did not sleep also. Let's find out. That was a long story, Claire said. Okay, so here, dear students, here we get some hint of Claire's annoyance with her husband Jack. Claire says that was a long story, Jack. Okay, every time you tell story, it happens. Instead of sleeping, she remains awake, and you tell, shall I come? So in this manner, it has become so long. Okay, that was a long story. This particular story of you narrating the story to Joe, and she is not satisfied at the end of the story, and not sleeping after that, is something what is a long story, Claire said to Jack. The poor kid, he answered, the poor kid, he answered, and with utter weariness watched his wife labor. Labor means work hard is called labor. Okay, so how did Jack react? Jack said, poor kid. Okay, and then he was also sad. He felt bad. Jack felt bad because neither was he able to tell the story much to the satisfaction of his daughter, nor was he able to help his wife out in the domestic work. So Jack is not happy both as a husband and as a father. He is not happy because we can understand from between the verses. If you got to read, dear students, between the lines. Okay, here, with utter weariness washed. Weariness, he has become torn out, he has become worn out now. Okay, mentally worn out, because his daughter is not asleep yet, and she is not convinced with the story. On the other hand, downstairs his wife, he is also unhappy because he has not helped her with in painting work. Okay, the woodwork, a cage of moldings and rails, baseboards all around them, was half old tan and half new ivory, and he felt caught in an ugly middle. These are the examples of pending works. All the things are littered here and there. Okay, but Jack was not able to help his wife tidy things up and paint some of the things. Okay, so therefore his wife is also dissatisfied, not only his daughter but is also his wife dissatisfied with Jack not being able to contribute to the family work. Okay, so therefore the writer says he felt caught in an ugly middle position. Okay, he felt caught in an ugly middle position, dear students. So what does ugly middle position refer to here? Here Jack is caught in an ugly middle position because he is neither able to help his daughter in going to sleep at daytime, nor is he able to come downstairs and help his wife paint the house. So that is why the writer says he is caught in an ugly middle position. And though he as well as So dear students, Jack felt caught in an ugly middle position, and though he as well felt his wife's presence in the cage with him, he did not want to speak with her, work with her, touch her, anything. See, he did not want to speak with her, work with her, touch her, anything. That refers to the fact that Jack is not happy in his marital life as well. Jack is also not happy in his marital life as well. That is why that is what is hinted in the last line. Okay, he felt himself caught in an ugly middle position. Neither was he able to help his daughter fall asleep at daytime with his story, nor is he able to come downstairs on time and help his wife in doing his domestic in doing domestic work for on behalf of his wife, and the marital unhappiness has been reflected in the last two lines also. Okay, so dear students, that's how the story comes to an end. So Priyanshu, do you have any question to ask? Priyanshu, Kanchan, Sakshi, Navya, anyone has any question to ask? You can ask me. Navya, thank you. There may be some questions you need to write down on a notebook while reading the text. While reading the text, dear students, you've got to write down on a notebook if you have any questions, so that on the live class you can ask me. Okay. So next class onwards, 10 minutes will be allotted for asking questions and responding from my side. Okay, 10 minutes ahead I can finish it off 10 minutes ahead, provided you come on time actually, dear students, because in the process of waiting for you I get late. Okay, I get late to start. Like today, Sakshi and Navya came on time, then Anushka also, Aarti also came on time, but rest of you were late by 10 minutes. So if you are late, then I cannot complete my lecture 10 minutes ahead of the scheduled time, because if I do not because you are late. Okay, and if I cannot wind up 10 minutes ahead of my scheduled lecture, in that case I cannot answer to your queries. Okay, so I wanted to discuss with you some critical issues in this lesson. So I shall discuss with you the next class. Before I begin the next lesson, I shall discuss some critical issues which are highlighted in this lesson by the writer. Okay, so on my next class, please do come a bit early. You come sharp at 11 o'clock, or at the most, dear students, 11:05. Within 11:05 you please come online, so that I can discuss some critical issues highlighted in this lesson by the writer, and then I shall start with a new lesson. Okay, in the meanwhile, please do keep updating your lesson notes, and for each lesson note make one single PDF and upload inside my on my website, inside class homework submission folder, inside your class and inside your name folder. Okay, the path I already told you: library, homework submission, class 12, your name, and inside your name folder you submit the lesson notes in the form of PDF. Okay, so thank you, dear students. And dear students like Priyanshu, Anushka ji, Aarti Paswan, Sonubar, all of you make a folder inside the homework submission folder in your name. Okay, inside the homework submission folder, inside the class folder, you make your another folder in your name, and inside that folder you please keep uploading all the PDF files. Okay, dear students, so that I am able to know your lesson notes completion status. Okay, so Priyanshu, are you there, or you just left? Can you respond, Priyanshu? Are you there? If you are there, please write yes.